Hi, my name is Judy Schramm. I'm the CEO of ProResource, a social media agency that does personal branding for CEOs and thought leaders. And in this video today, we're going to talk about some of the issues that CEOs have with LinkedIn, some of the concerns, and some of the reasons that CEOs tend to have weak profiles. I'm going to do 7 reasons. The first one is they're not looking for a job. And this is something that I have heard from a number of CEOs where they said, well, LinkedIn is for people who are looking for a job. I'm not looking for a job, so I don't pay any attention. Well, if you were watching the earlier 2 videos, I think we've dealt with that issue. Your LinkedIn profile is not about looking for a job. Your LinkedIn profile is important because people Google you. Because Microsoft is making your LinkedIn profile your professional presence online. Because millennials and lots of other people are going to look for you in social media to learn about you. And you need to be there. Social media should be a critical part of your tool set. The second reason, and this is actually the most popular reason, is I don't have the time. And I totally get that. I'm a CEO too. I know what it's like to be wearing 12 different hats, to be putting out fires, to have a lot of priorities, all of which are more important than my LinkedIn profile. But the LinkedIn profile offers you a substantial advantage when you use it strategically. And let me tell you a story. So one of our clients is a family-run firm. They've been around for almost 50 years now, and they're passing the leadership on to a new generation of managers. And they hired an expensive recruiting firm to go out and bring them very highly qualified candidates. The problem is, this is a company that did not really have much of a presence online. And so when those people were coming in for interviews, they did not have a lot of background about the business. And our clients would spend the entire interview time educating them about the business. And they were talking, they weren't able to listen, they weren't learning a lot about the candidates. So they came to us and they said, help us create a strong presence for our management team online so that the candidates can do their due diligence, can research the company online, come prepared to the conversations, and then they can use that interview time to get a good sense of who they are and whether they're a good fit for the job. That's the kind of thing you can do when you're feeding people information on LinkedIn. And we've talked about that a little bit in the earlier videos, where you can use LinkedIn to prime people for meetings with you. So they come prepared. You don't waste a lot of time in the meetings building credibility, talking about your traction, giving them a sense of who you are and what your company does and what your company culture is if it's a job candidate. You can put all of that out there on LinkedIn for them to discover. And when they do that, you save time in your meetings and you have more productive meetings. And it's actually a very effective use of your time. It makes you more efficient. So what's the third reason? The third reason is they don't know what to say. And we talked about that especially in the second video. We talked about what should you be thinking about as you're crafting your profile. Who are you going to write to? What do those people need to know about you? And then how can you put that into your profile? And there are a lot of formulas that we have for how to craft each section of the profile, how to determine what goes where, and then how to make each section easier to write. The next thing is, I'm not a good writer. And if you're doing this, so first of all, you can always hire a good writer to polish up what you've written, but and you can hire somebody to edit it and to proofread it, right? But it's not about you being a writer, it's about you being authentic and about you allowing your personality to come through. And when you do that in your profile, it becomes much more effective. Next thing is, I don't want to brag. And this is actually something I have heard from a lot of people. They feel, especially people who have a really strong track record, who have done a lot of different things. And they've won a lot of awards and they have a lot of accolades, and they're concerned that when they put that information on their profile, it's going to come off as bragging. And so it's not. First of all, you're not bragging, you're being authentic. So you're allowing people to see who you truly are. And who you are is a person who has a lot of accomplishments. That said, you don't have to include everything. If you're worried that you have too many accomplishments, you can cut it back just to the ones who have meaning, that have meaning to you, or that would have meaning to the people you care about, the people you're writing your profile to. But it does not come out as bragging. It comes out as creating transparency. The next thing is, okay, what if I make a mistake? Well, social media is a place where people do make mistakes. Lots of people make mistakes, especially when they're starting. But if you are working with somebody who understands how to do things right, that really helps. And the other good part about social media is that you can always change it. Your LinkedIn profile is available to you. You can edit it on your phone. As soon as you think you might want to do something different, it's very easy to change. And then the last reason that I hear from time to time is, what if it works too well and I'm inundated with prospects or job candidates or partners? And some of you are laughing, but this is a valid concern. Social media gives the ability to reach much larger numbers of people and to be much more findable than you were before. And growing too fast can create just as many problems as growing too slowly. And so you do want to be judicious about the way you craft your profile. But if you do have a lot of people coming to you at the same time, that doesn't have to overwhelm you, because you don't have to say yes to all of them. What that allows you to do is to be pickier about who you accept as clients, to be pickier about the types of contracts that you negotiate with big customers, to have the highest quality job candidates. It allows you to get the best people involved with your company. So those are the 7 reasons that most CEOs have for not having a strong LinkedIn profile. And I hope we've dealt with all of them. If you have other questions, feel free to reach out to me directly, and I am happy to answer them. In our next video, we're going to be talking about how we're going to help you create a very strong presence on LinkedIn. And in the meantime, I'll ask you the same favor I did in the other videos, which is, if you know of someone who would benefit from hearing these stories, please share the video with them. And we're looking for people who are successful, who are doing compelling things, who are living an exciting life, and they just are not showing it online. Because those are the kind of people who really benefit from a strong LinkedIn profile.